it put it on repeat. And then I went, whoa, and it's like, whoa, whoa.
It's like the start of like a deep house song or something. Like, whoa, 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 boom, 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 boom.
Can we record now?
Why are you so mad today?
Why am I mad? I'm not mad. I stayed up late. I stayed up really late. We'll get into that in here in a sec. All right, guys. This was a very enthusiastic week for sports fans all across the globe. But there's a serious issue I want to talk to you guys about first because it's new and I hate it. So, have you guys been following along? Are you like aware of like AI art generators?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That like so. Obviously, I'm very passionate about art.
Artiste.
But I am I'm an artist who doesn't know how to do art.
Yeah.
But I love art. I'm a big fan. Like we
You
talked.
should teach.
We talked like an art history professor. That could be me. But no, we talked a few weeks ago because I was super upset because those people threw tomato soup at some master painting. Like,
Oh, and the Van Gogh.
yeah. So yeah, and so my point being, I'm very passionate and I love art, and so that brings me up to AI art, which I've been following along loosely on the interwebs. I hate AI art. I don't like it.
Well, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Trust
It's
it.
bad. And not bad as in, like, it doesn't look good. I mean, you could.
It looks awesome.
Yeah. It's bad as
That's
in,
why it scares me.
It's bad as in, like, anybody can just type in something into an algorithm and it'll just pop out art.
Mhm.
And then it just makes it harder for actual artists who put time and effort into their paintings.
Who
and
actually have like
drawings. And
skill,
Yeah,
and
talent.
like work at a
can, like,
craft.
make that, but with their own hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so because
Because it's been affecting the Magic community is why I'm so
oh, is
involved.
that okay? Yeah, tell us a little bit
Wait,
about
what?
that.
Well, because a lot of artists, sometimes like their big break is getting onto a Magic the Gathering card. Like that's how they kind of get their big break, and then they get commissioned by Wizards of the Coast, and then finally they have like some steady income from doing Magic the Gathering cards. And then this is a kind of a side topic we won't have to get into, but proxy cards is another thing people have been getting into, where basically cards are getting too expensive to buy individuals of, so they print off your own off the computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now that AI art has now kind of shifted into that, where instead of buying, because there's literally artists who just make proxies of cards and you could sell them and you could buy them. But now people are literally just like downloading AI art, putting it onto a card because they think it looks cool, and then printing that off instead. And it's just kind of fucky.
That's lame.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because like I worked, and one reason why I guess I'm passionate about it is because like the book that I made, I worked with like a lot of different artists,
Right,
who
yeah.
did some really cool things.
Yeah,
that
amazing. Good.
Even I couldn't have come up with typing words in.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I'm feeling for them because, like, a lot of the people that I work with, that's their job. They're artists. They make their money by doing commission work for people like me or somebody within Magic. I knew somebody. There's a lot of people who do them for like Pokemon fans. I know, and stuff like that. So it was really cool. But this whole AI thing just scares me.
Did you upload your whole book to the thing and see what came out?
I should have. I'll try it.
Don't do that.
No,
Don't do that.
Tim, don't tempt me. Don't say that, Tim.
That would be
It
funny.
would have saved me a lot of money if I would have done that, though.
Yeah, that's probably the bad part for artists, because there is probably a lot of this might cut into their bottom line, definitely, like you were saying.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is already.
When it's already a
Yeah.
profession that's not like reeling in the cash.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's
Yeah.
called starving artist
Yeah.
and not like starving truck driver. You know?
Yeah. So and this is like, what's that called from Terminator? Skynet? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Skynet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually how Terminator's happening. It's not going to kill us all. It's just going to take all of our jobs.
Right.
all these
It's not as violent as we think it's going to be.
But it's just
going
as
to be,
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna be living in this like apocalyptic world where we just create a world to live in by AI.
I mean, we got the metaverse. Facebook's got
Oh
the
my
metaverse
gosh,
already.
We're going downhill fast, guys.
Yeah.
This is not good.
People will be putting AI art up in their metaverse houses.
San Francisco, the San Francisco Police Department just bought a robot that could use lethal force. For the
It
I'm
can't
not-
use it for
I'm
now.
not joking, Vince.
Yeah, I know they did.
That's
I heard
so
about
funny. That's so funny. What
But
the hell?
I think for now they decided they're not going to allow it to actually kill people.
And you
But
think I'd believe that?
unless they're homeless, I think that's
or black?
Yeah, I was about to say it'll be able to capture like skin color pigment. We know it, Tim. We know it. We know it.
Yeah,
We know that's the next step.
It's such a, but even just having like it's such a sci-fi idea.
It's literally iRobot. We're thinking iRobot.
yeah.
right now.
I feel as a culture, as a human species, we're walking a very thin line with this whole killer robots and AI art and stuff like that.
I mean, we already had drones and stuff like that didn't need pilots already, and now we have robot cops. RoboCop. Oh no.
Look out, Kurtwood.
no.
So yeah, but I actually had never even heard it. I think it was.
Yeah, this
I
is
was
the
on
first time
Reddit.
hearing of it.
No, I'm talking about the AI art. I'm
Oh.
going back to that.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw it. I'm a big fan of like different art stuff on Reddit
Yeah.
because I follow different accounts and stuff.
Mhm.
And there's some cool artwork for like people make for some like books that I'm into.
Mhm.
And somebody started posting these. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And I click on it. And people are like, oh, this AI art. And there's been debates. Like some guy did it, and people were like, come on, dude, this is obviously AI generated. He's like, I put in a lot of work on Photoshop with this, and it's like, stop.
Oh boy.
You're part of the
Ooh.
problem.
So you put it into AIR and then you did some photoshopping onto it.
onto
Oh
the
my
AI
God.
generated art. So
Get outta here.
He's claiming that
There's
he's
some
the
incredible
artist.
like MS painters. Like, have you seen
I
Microsoft Paint?
love
And
MS
they
Paint, dude.
yeah,
MS
dude,
Paint's
and they
dope.
actually do like crazy well. That's cool. That is cool. But this is just This
yeah,
is,
I mean, people can do like just a lot of good stuff just with a tablet, you know,
Right.
drawing on that. and,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
and
against
stuff
digital
like
art.
that.
in
Yeah,
any way. I
di-
love
digital art is awesome.
right. But now it's gonna be that really like blurs the line. Like,
does,
that-
and that's
that-
why it's
you're gonna have
kinda-
people that actually did it, and they're like, "Oh, that's fucking AI right there,
Yeah.
motherfucker. You do that." God.
And it's gonna suck for somebody who creates a really piece of cool digital art. So he's like, oh yeah, that's AI.
yeah.
I
I did this.
Yeah,
I spent 24 hours doing this. Like, I put in a lot of time and effort into this. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because I don't think outside of like you guys, I don't know if there's anybody like in my life in the real world who even like knows about this or would care about it. So
yeah. Well, John Oliver did a thing on it like 2 months ago.
Oh,
That's
so
how
I'm-
I
He's
learned
a
about it.
John
So I'm way-
Oliver
I'm
is
way
on
behind.
top of shit. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so-
not that's fair because John Oliver is on top of
I'm
shit.
way
He
behind.
has people that are on top of shit.
Yeah.
I'm way behind. I did way less research, and I'm probably much less well spoken than what he said. So
Yeah,
Just-
he does a whole thing. It's
I'll just
pretty
cut
funny.
out this 8 minutes of conversation time that we talked about this, and you
No.
can go YouTube or HBO, the light show last night, whatever it's called.
Last week tonight.
Last week tonight. There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, he does a pretty good piece on that. It's pretty funny. Yeah.
There was I'm sorry to bring this back into my hobbies and stuff, but there is a like best miniature award that Games Workshop, who does Warhammer and stuff, does every year. I wish I could find it right here. I don't know where
But they
it
make
is.
like little miniature game pieces.
Yeah, so that like they sell obviously like little minis that you can build, paint, and play with and stuff. But they have
We're all
like,
just kids.
I
We're
mean,
all
yeah.
just grown up kids.
oh for sure. But they make a miniature of the year that they give to somebody who submits their piece or whatever. And this guy, so he took 2 miniatures, cut them up, and then they call it kit bashing. But he
Kit what?
kit bashing.
Okay.
So he literally took two very large miniatures actually, and cut them up and put them together, and then it looks so cool because the base of the mini it looks like it's this giant grabbing like a giant serpent, and he's like knee deep in like the ocean or something like that. Neither of those sculptures came with like a water looking base. Like he made a clear like resin ocean with like white caps and everything, and then it said that he spent over 350 hours on this sculpture.
Wow.
Yeah, it was incredible, dude. It was
soon AI generators will just be able to generate that
3D
print
print
it
it.
themselves
Yeah.
without any human involvement. Unreal.
It's fucking Ultron now.
Oh yeah. We've been warned. There's been books, shows, movies.
There's been a lot of fiction written
There's
on
been
this.
artwork.
God damn it.
There's been a lot of fiction on this, and
And we
it's
just
never as
ignored it.
scary as reality.
Isaac Asimov's like, I warned you back in the 70s or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're just like, yeah, nice fiction. Like, guys, I'm being serious here. Like, I this is fiction, but I'm warning you. Whatever. We're all just gonna be killed by AI robots anyway. So,
Yeah.
but it's
The world's gotta end one-
AI
somehow.
AI artists or AI police officers.
Yeah.
We're dying somehow by their hands. But
Except for the millionaires.
except for-
Yeah.
And
they can
billionaires.
control it.
Yeah.
The Tennessee Titans have fired
What's that?
general manager John
Oh,
Robinson earlier in the week. This was a blow.
Oh, not good? Yeah.
Well, it's very complex and convoluted, so I was going to give my little spiel here. I love John Robinson. Leading into this firing, it was a shock because I didn't think there was any chance you fire this guy. Because, and this is, I had blinders on, and I actually had to reflect. After the news came out, I was upset. I thought about it. I listened to, Mike Vrabel get interviewed about it, and I read some stuff along the Titans fandom. I really had to resonate with this. And after a day and a half or so of deep meditation, I realized that I have been living in ignorant bliss for probably close to 2 years. So I'm a lifelong Titan fan. Before John Robinson came in the mix, we won 2 games in a season. And before that, we won 3 games in an entire season. So in 2 years, we won a grand total of 5 years. John Robinson came aboard, was hired by new owner Amy Adams Strunk, and has not had a losing season since. He helped build this team back into a contender. And for that, I am eternally and forever grateful. And because of that, he had a golden ticket. He was going to be in the Titans organization until the day he died, pretty much. And then you realize, you look at last couple drafts, last couple big free agent spendings, the A.J. Brown trade, and
locking in Ryan Tannehill for years.
Oh, shut up. Tannehill has nothing to do with this, you bastard. But after thinking about all this, it's like, okay.
Ignorant bliss, remember, Tim.
I guess I still am a little bit. But it's like, okay, I see it now. This was a guy I put on a pedestal who could do no wrong. And that's why even when A.J. Brown got traded, I was like, oh, what the heck? And I was like, oh, it's fine. John Robinson's in charge. I know we just traded away probably a top 5 receiver in the NFL, but it's okay. Well, we're the Titans. We'll get it figured out.
Tighten up.
Tighten up. Smile on my face.
You got Burks.
And yeah, so I just kind of realized that it probably was time. I think it was a fair firing. But yeah, I was upset about it, and I can't thank John Robinson enough for giving me hope in life.
So Mike Vrabel isn't a GM, right?
I hope not. I hope he doesn't try to do that. I mean, really,
You want
outside
me
of
the
Bill
new-
Belichick, who has successfully done it?
Mm-hmm.
Really, nobody.
It takes a very special person.
Oh, wait.
He's a great coach.
Wasn't
I want him to
Wasn't
coach.
Bill O'Brien? No.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, with that being said, I was upset about it, and I thank John Robinson from the depths of my heart for what he has done for this team, for the city of Nashville, and for me personally. But this was the decision, and I'm trusting in the owner that this was the right decision. Even though she did kind of leave Mike Vrabel hanging out to dry the day after he got fired. She didn't have the press conference. Mike Vrabel had the press conference.
Whoa.
So people were asking me these questions. He's like, my job is to get these guys ready for this week. He's
I'm a football coach.
they're like, so did you fire him? And he's like, guys, I was informed when it happened, right when you were. It could
Don't interrupt me.
It could all be bullshit, but he's not gonna come out and be like, oh yeah, I told him it was him or me. So, but yeah, it was a very emotional week, and I hope we can bounce back. But
Well, what happened today?
John Robinson's what happened today.
Oh, okay.
I'm
It
not
was
blaming
his
him
fault?
For all of my
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 word.
loyalty shifts so quickly.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
you guys
used
took
to-
it really seriously that you literally don't have to win another game this entire season to still win your
and
division.
we'll still be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
So
you still
what?
did.
Today was rough. We are an absolute joke. We are the Tennessee Titans are the Broncos, except for their defense, except for all of our good defenders are hurt. So we're just a trash team. It was so bad to watch because the Jaguars didn't beat us. We beat us. Yeah,
that's why I say week in and week out. They didn't beat us.
Russell
Wilson beat us.
Yeah, losing to the Jaguars is a very painful situation to be in, and I don't know, man.
Is that kind of the bar when you know you're bad?
Losing to the
to the
Jaguars.
Jags.
Yeah, we've won the
Damn
last
it.
like 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
So yep, that's my life. I hate my life. Tim
Football sucks.
had a
Dude,
great
We won
week
again
with the boy
Baker Mayfield.
Baker friggin' Mayfield.
Out
We-
of,
dude.
out of
we
nowhere.
pulled off our usual no-win November, and now we're back. We're back. Not really. No, that was a horrible game. I slept through the first 3 quarters and woke up for the
How do
fourth.
you know it was
and-
horrible?
Because I watched the first part of the first quarter and fell asleep. I did take some cold medicine, so I guess that's probably why. But most of the reason I fell asleep. But it was
you
a
have
terrible,
COVID?
terrible game. What?
Do you have COVID?
No, I
Okay,
don't.
good.
Took a test today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was about to say
my wife did.
coming here
did.
getting us all sick.
Yeah, like you guys.
Yeah, come on, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't
Vince,
believe you show up with
if
that.
there's anything this podcast
Yeah,
has
and
taught
now
the world,
Vince
and
is.
I are immune,
Yeah, obviously.
obviously.
You guys have literally never. Or I guess you've taken a couple tests that have been negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never actually even tried to swab your nose, probably, have you?
My nose is sensitive, Tim.
Dude,
It's not fun.
where they put that is everybody's nose is sensitive there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, they don't go to the at-home tests. You don't have to go to your brain. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I was only
I was a little bit. I got like a little bit of sore throat. Actually, like a really bad sore throat for like a day there, and it was weird. It was like
so how'd you not have COVID then?
I don't know. I took a test today.
There
I don't
is
have it.
other diseases out there right now.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know.
I know. It's
No.
crazy.
No, my wife did have it. She's doing better.
Godspeed.
She actually got like the pills for it that they have now.
Is that
the-
fish oil?
No, it's like Paxlovid or something like that. Something our tax dollars probably paid for. But it is free, so that's
That's good.
nice. Yeah.
It's good that our tax dollars go to something like that. That's nice.
Anyways,
Oh. Thought you'd be all for that.
oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
He's excited. Baker
Yeah,
Mayfield
yeah.
won.
Oh.
yeah. I mean, I was very not excited when I heard that we were getting Baker Mayfield, but hey,
Why?
you know,
He's the first guy to take the Browns to the playoffs since like what 2002.
Very true. No,
Yeah,
Hey, no,
he's
I-
literally never got to play for an organization
But
that was
Competent.
yeah.
It doesn't make it. It definitely proves how bad the Raiders are more than how good Baker or
Yeah,
the
can
Rams
we-
were.
can we-
because-
Not to shit on your day.
no, no.
Can we
I-
talk about though? Because at the beginning of the season, okay, everybody, which of course I was not blinded to this, but everybody was saying how my division, the AFC West, was going to be this incredibly
Oh, yeah, well,
Death-
the Chiefs
like,
are the Chiefs.
murderous
you got,
row.
You got Chiefs are the Chiefs. You got Russell Wilson.
yeah.
With the Broncos, you got the Chargers with Justin Herbert. Oh, and guess what? The Raiders now have Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
with Derek
Be-
Carr.
Easily the best division in all of football.
Mm-hmm.
Does it matter?
Dude, I was, for one, I want to go. I want to go back and actually listen because I knew this was not going to happen. I knew Justin Herbert. I was like, dude, listen, he had a good season. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but it's the Chargers.
Maybe the Chargers are going to charge us.
The Chargers
Chargers
gonna
always
Chargers.
find a way to charge
The
them.
Raiders are going to Raiders, which is obvious. Devontae Adams though is still
Yeah,
so good. Like he
had a really good game.
he was catching balls out there that he had no business catching.
He should have taken a pay cut and just stayed in.
Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
But anyways, and then of course the Chiefs, like they're still gonna choke in the playoffs. Okay, don't mark my words.
It's written in stone.
Mark my words. Okay, they had one time. Sorry, they've won 2 Super Bowls their entire franchise. Okay, they're not gonna Lightning just.
Are you sure it's been 2?
It's been 2. Yeah, they won one in the 70s or something.
Yeah, it was like
It was literally like 1970.
1972 or no.
I got
Seven-
I
or
got
70
corrected.
It was 70. Yeah.
Yeah, I got corrected by a
talked
Chiefs
about
fan the other.
Or was that
My
just
birthday
or
weekend.
was that right before they like the NFL like combined or something like that? I don't know.
It might
Yep,
have
they
been.
won. They won in 1970. They beat
Yeah.
the Minnesota Vikings 23-7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have 2 in franchise history. Okay, and they were almost over 30 years apart, almost 40 years apart.
Yep, 1970 to
Yeah,
2020.
over 40 years apart. Okay, it's
They-
not.
they-
It's not going to happen.
They hadn't
that
even
fast.
made it to the Super Bowl. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. They
Yeah,
went
totally.
that long.
They made it to the playoffs a lot.
Yeah.
They get to the playoffs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to start putting up banners like Iowa does. And like we made this far in the playoffs.
Mm.
So
So what's your point? Just all the pundits are stupid?
that like everybody.
No,
like,
nobody knows anything in the
No,
beginning
yeah,
of the season.
football. Everybody tries to judge what's going to happen this next season, and everybody, or even like after, halfway through the season, people are like, "Oh, this is what's going to happen." It never turns out that way. So just shut up.
All right, so who's
Why is it always that? Why do they get all the content for lying
well,
and for
one,
being wrong?
they are most of them are slightly better looking than us, and they know people who are in the business.
Yeah.
But here's my
Get fucking verified on Instagram, dude. We can do it. Get verified.
we don't have enough followers. I tried, or we don't have enough because they
Did you
check-
try?
Yeah, they did. They check. They actually have. It's not like an AI person. It's actually humans who
Yeah.
Google you and like look up everything else. So they'll see our 4,000 Instagram followers and then look elsewhere and be like, well, yeah, this is just bots.
Listen, no, that's not how it works because there's tons of people that are verified on like Instagram and stuff like that.
Okay, I'll apply for
YouTube.
it. I'll apply for it. Anyway, I want to ask. I want to ask a question.
I
though.
knew you lied.
I want to ask a question though.
Hmm.
Who's going to win the AFC? Because you feel that way about the Chiefs. I think, and you can mark my words here, the Bills aren't going to make it. I think the Bills.
Whoa.
I think the Bills are held back by head coach Sean McDermott.
Really?
I think he will be out coached before he has a chance to make it to the Super Bowl, whether it be by Zach Taylor, John Harbaugh, Mike Vrabel, Andy Reid. It'll be one of them. But the Bills aren't making it to the Super Bowl this year.
They also lost Von Miller, which was they kind of needed that.
He's a big help.
So who's going to win the
Yeah.
AFC? Definitely not the Ravens.
No.
I'm not saying that the Chiefs can't win the AFC or they can't go to the Super Bowl, but they're not going to win.
Yeah.
They choke. It's in history. They've
I mean,
one time in over 40 years where they didn't choke.
I mean, if
One time.
I'm just saying, one time. Like, it's in history. It's written.
I think the Dolphins have a pretty good
It is
chance.
known.
But
Dolphins. I forgot they were good.
yeah.
And they got... No, they don't. Never mind.
I don't know.
What
I mean,
about-
like that just seems like I don't know. I don't know why, but
So here's my question.
Seems
Back to Baker
like
Mayfield.
it could happen.
Is
but-
football not as hard as we try to make it seem like?
I don't know. Well,
Like, do you not have to be?
he had
nearly
less
as
than
smart?
2 days.
Less than 2 days, and he
was
mounted
throwing-
a game-winning.
he was throwing to, like-
98-yard drive.
Yeah, and throwing to third string receivers.
Maybe football's not as complex as we try to make it up to be.
And I don't know what's going on. Like
I think it is more
and-
complex.
and the-
Because we try to understand it. Like, we try to wrap our brains around this incredible game, and then it never turns out the way we think it is.
Like Kirk Herbstreit literally said.
Except for me.
Uh,
I've been
Kirk-
right.
Yeah,
Every-
you're
almost
always
every
right.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should be a professional. pundit. Kirk Herbstreit said on air that he literally was in L.A. longer than Baker Mayfield
Yeah,
was.
yeah. He showed up on
He
like
had an
he
event
showed
on
up like
Tuesday
Monday.
or something he had to show
Yeah.
up for.
That's so funny.
That's crazy. What if Baker just goes on a run, Tim?
It would be hilarious. I would love it.
I mean,
yeah.
Jimmy G's hurt. The Seahawks.
Apparently Geno sucks now again.
Geno's
Not
been
going on there.
exposed.
Yeah.
Drew Lock will be put
He
in,
wrote
and you guys
back.
will see.
Yeah, I don't know.
This division's yours for the taking now, Tim.
That would be funny. That would be really funny
That
if
would
we
be
could turn.
nuts.
But I don't see it happening. The Niners still have like a way better defense, and I don't know. It's just not happening. It's not. It would be. I would love it if we could somehow just sneak our way to the playoffs.
I'm happy for Baker
But-
Mayfield though, because
Yeah.
he got gypped up in Cleveland.
Yeah.
and then he went to a very poorly run Carolina team
Yeah,
led
that
by
was sinking
a
ship.
very
for
bad
him.
coach in Matt Rule.
Who's now a very, very good coach.
I'm sorry, I meant best coach in the world,
Yeah.
Matt Rule. It's not his fault. He just didn't get along with management. That's what the issue was.
For sure.
We're just joking. College and
Uh,
coaching, college and NFL is two separate things.
Yeah.
Very
We'll
different.
shout that
Doesn't-
from
doesn't
mountaintops
count.
for as long as we live.
Yeah.
So yeah, he did that, and now he's with a good coach
Mhm.
and a competent team. I hope he puts a little resume together.
I do too.
I mean, we have nothing to play for. We can't tank because we don't have any draft picks until 2024.
It's like, what are you guys tanking for? Shit.
We don't have.
forgot.
We can't. There's no reason to tank. No Cooper Kupp. Matt Stafford's out. Hopefully he doesn't retire. But it could be a possibility. He has a spinal cord injury. God damn. It's like I don't know
Scary.
how many back injuries he's had, but God, just our offensive line getting hurt so early in the season really killed him. So yeah, no, it would. Skoranek learned how to catch the ball in the last few minutes of that game. He had really he's always had bricks for hands.
Maybe
but
Matt Stafford was the issue here.
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
Baker
know.
has a
And-
touch on the ball, you know?
And
Yeah,
Tu-
Matt
and
Stafford
we-
just throws it too hard.
and Tutu Atwell, who's like faster than hell, but has never been able to get open somehow or catch before. Throwing to him too, and they played catch before the game, and that was the most they've
Sam's
ever.
just so
done.
happy. He's like, I don't know where any of this came from. He's like, this is amazing.
I did not like. We got pinned.
guys
We
lost
got
6 in a
pinned
row,
at the.
wasn't it?
We were pinned at the
Yeah.
2-yard line. Like they pinned us down at 3 minutes left. I'm like, like this isn't happening. They're like, okay, all right, let's go. What? Doesn't make any sense. Like, how bad are the?
giddy.
How bad? But still, it's like
This
how
is
bad
the
is
most excitement Tim's had all year.
how bad is
season.
well
I'm jealous.
minus you know that.
I said- that's why I said season.
Season.
You said year. But
You said
I know.
year.
That's why I immediately
Yeah.
switched to season. You guys weren't listening.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that was good time.
But
Good time.
but then
I'll
back
take
to Vince's point,
But-
it also is Josh McDaniels.
Yeah,
I
awful.
still don't understand how the guy, after his stint with the Broncos, I don't know how he ever got hired again. And he got hired twice. He got hired by the Colts. And
Right.
he turned the plane around on him. and then that happens. And then the Raiders like, yeah, that's our guy.
Yeah.
That's our guy. And now we're seeing. I mean,
we
too bad
know-
too bad they don't have a coach like Bisaccia.
Whatever happened to him?
He's the special teams coordinator for the Packers now.
Oh really?
But it's because they talk about the Raiders have lost all these close games. And it's like, well, they did have a coach, and Rich Bisaccia, who won all those close games.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Raiders suck. Josh McDaniels sucks. Everybody sucks. All football sucks. It's so stupid. I hate it.
football so
I hate all of it.
Yeah.
Titans are about to make a run. You just wait till we get healthy. Wait till we get our new GM. You guys look out. Mike Vrabel's coming for you.
Well,
And he won't rest.
I mean, you're probably the only one out of the two, our two teams who will make playoffs.
We pretty much guaranteed.
You are guaranteed.
We would have been guaranteed if we would have beat the Jaguars today. We didn't. So there's possibility.
You gotta
we
wait
lose
till
out.
next week.
We shouldn't be jinxing.
Oh wait,
this.
did the
I-
Texans win today?
You're not
No,
gonna
they ended up
jinx
losing.
anything.
Oh, they
lost to the
did.
Cowboys.
Oh.
You're not gonna jinx anything.
They're
Shut
already
up.
eliminated, but
World
That was-
Cup.
that was
World
good.
Cup.
World
World
Cup.
Cup.
all right.
This has to be one of the best tournaments of soccer we've seen in a long time. Did you watch this week, Tim?
I watched.
There were some great games. So
I watched. Yeah, I did watch the games yesterday. Yeah,
Netherlands lost.
most. Well, not
Netherlands
most.
lost, which was, as we said last week, we now have a deep
Yeah.
hatred, and that was beautiful, beautiful. Watch. But the game was the games were exciting. I mean,
When
even-
it got heated.
oh god, it was so awesome. So Tim's, and for the people who didn't watch the Netherlands game, they were down 2-1, and it was like the 87th minute, so just a couple minutes left, and one of the Argentinian players was slide tackled a Dutch player, got the whistle blown. It was a foul, and he took his frustration out by blasting the ball at the Netherlands bench as hard as he could. And I couldn't help but just smile.
I
but
loved it.
But then the whole bench obviously bum rushed him, and I was like,
well, and then like
yes.
another Netherlands player blindsided him too.
Virgil van Dijk,
Yeah,
who
piece
Brady
of
loves
shit.
so much.
Yeah, fuck you, Van Dyke, piece of shit.
Yeah, he came up and hit him. And then the whole team came. It was awesome. It was like a baseball dugout clearing brawl.
And then Van Dijk also he cried out in the interview after because he's like, Messi was mad and he wouldn't shake my hand, and I thought that was really unprofessional.
Oh, I didn't see that. Is that a real thing?
Yeah, he was like crying about Messi.
Because he didn't shake his hand.
Yeah, or something like that after the match.
Who are you? Deserves a
that man
handshake
is
from
he's
Lionel Messi
he's like arguably the best player
of all time.
and you will expect him to like, and you guys were pieces of shit, and you have been pieces of shit for a long time.
I'm sorry, what was that? I don't speak freaky deaky Dutch.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I didn't hear about that. But so anyway, they with all that stoppage time from the fight, the Netherlands scored in like the 11th minute of stoppage time.
I got very worried.
And then it went to overtime, and then Argentina put it away in shootouts.
Just barely, too. It was close.
I might be cheering for Argentina.
I always am. Dude,
I love
Messi needs just that.
I love their uniforms so
they're
much.
Great. I mean, they're iconic.
And I want to say Messi's assist against Holland that game was just a thing of absolute and utter beauty. Like that was chef's kiss. That was such an incredible, and that's why I've always been between the Ronaldo and Messi debate.
Mm-hmm.
I always have Messi a step up because Ronaldo's an incredible goal scorer, has done some incredible things in soccer. Messi's an all-around, I think, better because he makes these kind of passes that are just so silky and smooth.
He can score, but he can also just like these.
He can also not dive, and he can also play passes that are really good.
Like he knows when to draw fouls, like obviously, but he also knows when just to play through fouls.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows those times. But
so that was great. England lost, which was very enjoyable to watch. They lost to was it Croatia?
France.
No, they lost to France. Sorry,
France.
I got ahead of myself there.
Yeah,
France, Drood with the game winner.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that
He's
man.
So good.
And then, so that game was so amazing because Drood gets the heading goal, and then Harry.
That's
Kane,
like his first goal of
Harry
the tournament,
Kane
isn't it?
Skies
it.
Shoots it
to
his
the
PK
moon, dude.
to tie up the game. It was so amazing to watch. I was so happy.
You idiot.
You fool.
And the free kick at the end was just this far.
Oh, that was a good free kick. That wasn't Kane though.
I know it wasn't Kane, but that England had two.
They had
huge
chances.
misses.
But that's England in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Miss the chances that you've been given.
Mm-hmm.
Go packing your bags, going home early. What do you know?
Go
time.
home, beat your wife.
Whoa.
It's a big problem in the
Is
UK apparently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
for them.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
No wonder all their teeth are fucked up.
or
they're busy.
England,
they're
sorry,
busy
not the UK.
worshiping whatever monarch they have in office. Forget about their morals. So anyway, Croatia did beat Brazil, which was one of those crazy because they had no shots on goal before their overtime goal that they scored. That was awesome.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of teams that have been struggling with PKs.
Yeah, what the heck?
Spain,
Croatia, not so
Spain
much.
and Japan, their PKs were so soft. Brazil, for the most part, did a pretty good job with their PKs. Except for the last one that hit the post. But Croatia again, man, because they made the final. They made the final back in 2018 against France, and everybody was like, "Well, France will probably be back. They're so good." Croatia's kind of old. Nobody's really talking about it, but Croatia's they're like this little blue collar country, and that just translates into their soccer games. They just bust their asses and work so hard and grind out wins defensively. It's so I love watching Croatia.
Is it Modric or something?
Modric.
That guy's fucking good.
He
looks old as
he's like 37, dude. Yeah, I was watching that too. I was like, that guy he's just so good at soccer. It's insane.
Yeah, it's good. I would like to see them in it again, and I would like to see them.
There is a possibility we got a France and Croatia final
rematch.
Again. Can you look that up? I don't know if that's ever happened before.
That's true.
We've had back-to-back winner before in the World Cup. And that was the 60s or 70s.
Yeah,
but I don't know if
probably
we ever had
Brazil.
back-to-back matchups.
Yeah, I think Brazil.
And that was a tough loss for Brazil too, because this is kind of their golden generation. They're in their prime right now. They have Neymar. They have incredible talent, top to bottom. So that was, people were expecting. They're the first-ranked team in the world. They were kind of expected to win this thing.
Yeah.
So that was crazy. And then Morocco knocking off Portugal.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Did I say
man.
that? Did I say that publicly on the podcast?
You said that out loud, yeah.
On the podcast?
Oh,
Oh, what?
like called it?
Yeah. Remember, I said I was kind of going
You-
for
you
Morocco.
said-
Yeah, I know
you-
you were
you
rooting
both
for them.
said-
I don't know if
yeah.
you said it. I mean, we all know
Nobody
that like they're
called it.
playing against Portugal is going to be a tough one, right? But the fact that they shut them out, that is impressive. Because like we just said Ronaldo is like one of the best goal scorers ever.
Again, he's a little past his. He's a little over the hill.
Right,
but
but
after
still.
seeing
But
Portugal
apparently
dismantle
he's
Switzerland,
gonna get paid a bunch of oil money after this. So
yeah, he did have this long post on social media, which I kind of feel because it's the biggest stage of your life, and you're one of the better players, one of the best players, and to never ever get a World Cup to your country, that's tough. And that was his last run, you know. It's same with Messi. This is Messi's last run too, and Luka Modric. That's why I was when Croatia played against Japan in the round of 16, and they went to shootouts. They subbed out Luka Modric, and it was right before overtime started, or right at the beginning of it. And I was just like, "What if we never see Modric again?" Like, I had this like just moment of clarity of like, I guess self-awareness. Like that could have been the last time I ever saw Modric. I got a little sad, and then they won, thankfully, and we still get to see his magic on the field. So we got Tuesday and Wednesday semifinals coming up, which are going to be electric. If it's following the script that's been written so far this tournament, most games have been very exciting. We got Argentina and Croatia, which I think is going to be an incredible game.
It's going to be
That could go either which way, because like I said, Argentina has the
it'll
talent
probably
and
go
the
down to
skill,
PKs again, honestly.
and Croatia
Probably.
just has that
And-
defensive discipline.
But like both teams have been able to have been scoring, so that's what's the most exciting, I think. So yeah, it'll be cool to see that one.
And then Morocco and France. I want to sit here and say that Morocco doesn't have a chance, but they're here.
Yeah,
First,
right.
First
There's-
African team to ever make the semifinals of the World Cup, and they're playing again. They're playing very well defensively. They have Ziyech and Hakimi, and I can't remember the guy who scored the header against Portugal. His name is something weird.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say it's weird. Something I can't pronounce.
Yeah. Something weird to say in English.
Yeah. He scored a couple goals, so that's anything can happen. It's gonna be great. And then obviously by the time you hear from us again, it'll be right after the final.
Man,
Next Sunday, the World Cup is over.
as far as I can tell, it looks like it's been the only other time this has happened has been Argentina and West Germany in '86, and then in 1990, they both faced off, and they all.
Well,
they
it was actually Germany in 1990, wasn't it?
It says West Germany on
Oh.
Wikipedia, and I know that they're always right. So, but Argentina won in
Well,
1986, and then and then they played again, and West Germany.
They
won
broke
1-0.
they broke down the wall in '89, I think.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
then
thought,
and
but-
then but it took a little while. God, Jesus Christ, you guys, disgusting. Anyway,
It's allergies,
Yeah,
Tim.
that's what I thought.
I'm
too.
literally allergic to cats, and I own 2 of them.
I'm
Ah!
allergic to COVID.
I'm allergic to getting sick.
Anyways, but I think it took a couple of years for them to reunite.
Oh, that's
Germany
cool. That's,
into one,
that's actually
so-
a lot more recent of a back-to-back
Yeah, I didn't.
teams playing each other in the World Cup final than I
mean,
expected.
We weren't alive, but except for Tim.
Yep, Tim was
you were alive in
on that
1990.
second one.
But I just want to quick little shout out is that the United States have won as many World Cups as the Netherlands. So go fuck yourself, piece of shit.
Also, the United States have never lost to England
Correct.
in the World Cup.
Just saying, and that's why it's called soccer.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
So yeah, the World Cup it's been so fun. I mean, multiple games going to PKs.
That was especially this round. Like, has been just very hard fought matches, and lots going to shootouts, and it's been great. I love it.
Tim, who are you cheering for to win?
Croatia.
Okay. Oh, that's
Okay.
right. You kind of
Yeah,
jumped on the
yeah.
Croatia bandwagon back in
Yeah,
2018.
last.
Yeah, because
last
they were
time
the
around.
underdog.
Yeah.
Underdog
Yeah.
story.
Because they were the games that I had happened to catch on TV, and
Oh yeah, you really
So
got into
that-
that Croatia-Russia game, didn't you?
yeah, that was fun. I like seeing Russia go down.
So yeah, we'll meet up if you guys aren't doing anything. Sunday morning, 9 a.m.
I'm down.
All right, yeah, I'm done.
All right. I'm so sad the World Cup's almost over.
I know.
That's
it goes by
wait,
so
wait,
fast,
Wait,
but
that's when the final game is going to be at 9 a.m.
Next Sunday, yep. What?
what do you
Why
have?
why can't they just? They have games at 1. Why can't they move to 1
Because
for
that's
us?
Because it's in
That's like 10 or 11 p.m. in Qatar.
So
Sorry you have to wake up slightly. Don't you know what, Tim? Just don't even. I don't even want to watch it with you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I will because I have.
Especially
I thought I was. I
think
thought I was gonna give up like caring about anything after the U.S. is out.
Baker Mayfield's
and
brought
then-
him back. Tim's back. He's
And then-
passionate about life again.
But I have it like, oh, I guess it's on TV. I guess I'll watch, and I'm like, oh, that's bullshit. I don't know. I still don't understand this, but okay.
He's gonna get,
If Baker
he's gonna get
Mayfield
his.
would have lost on Thursday, Tim would have tested positive for COVID.
Yeah.
Your
Baker
immune
Ma-
system
This
was
is
boosted by this.
Boosted by Baker Mayfield.
You actually did have COVID, but your immune system beat the shit out of
Baker-
it.
Yeah,
No,
Baker,
Baker
Mayfield beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The COVID was
Yeah,
in his
thank
body, and then Tim opened his eyes, woke up, saw the touchdown pass from Baker Mayfield to Van Jefferson, and his body just exploded with light. The white blood cells annihilated every COVID strand in his body, and here he is, alive and well. And
My
full
sore
of,
throat did feel a lot better after that. It was amazing.
it's
Yeah.
There's something to be said about sports. It is powerful.
Yeah, it's healing.
It is healing.
I haven't got to feel that, but
Vince is still in a very
that's
dark
why I've been.
place.
Actually, yeah, this isn't like this isn't normal for me to feel this downtrodden. So
Well,
I've just been
it's a good thing that
very sickly.
bad sports isn't poison. Otherwise, well,
If
we'd,
this
we'd
keeps
probably
up-
be all
If this
dead.
keeps up, I will probably contract AIDS by next year. And
your
through
thing
no
with AIDS
through
lately?
no sexual contact whatsoever, it'll just happen
You'll
to
get
me.
a tattoo or your blood drawn or something like that.
No, there'll be no blood, nothing. It'll
The
just
immaculate
like grow.
AIDS.
Yeah, it'll just grow in
You'll
my
be
body.
the Virgin Mary of AIDS.
Yeah, exactly. And Tim, my new infatuation with the AIDS, I don't know why, but this new podcast I've been listening to called Cold Ones has been.
Oh,
They like to say that a lot, and it's
Yeah.
funny.
okay.
So
yeah.
Russell Wilson is going to be the sole reason that Vince miraculously contracts AIDS out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
Hmm.
They had a great T-shirt that they were selling where they got this Trump impersonator guy to just like go, like do his like thumbs up little thing and go, "I have presidential AIDS." I just think it's so funny.
Shout out the Cold Ones podcast.
Yeah,
I
man.
guess.
They're awesome.
But anyway, yeah, one week left of the World Cup. Just
One like
I might cry. It's been so fun. Yeah. We're probably going to need the 4 years to prepare for the World Cup in the U.S. of A. 'Cause that's
Wait,
gonna be-
isn't it going to be in North America?
yeah, they're sharing it.
barely. We're throwing a bone to Mexico. And you
Yeah.
can have a game. You can have a game. Okay, the rest of it's in
Yeah.
America.
Jerry World getting updated for it. I saw.
Yeah, Nashville's
Yeah.
building a whole new stadium.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. Have you guys not seen the?
The Titan Stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they're doing it for.
Well, man, we need more
Well,
room for the Titans fans. For
I mean,
But they're doing it for the World Cup.
it's,
I mean, I
it's
guess
a
it-
both thing.
I
yeah.
guess
yeah.
I guess the stadium's almost 20 years old.
What is
They might be able to fill the
Nissan
stadium up.
It's pretty small too. So
Yeah.
They might be able to fill a stadium up with World Cup.
yeah, we have a long history of not very good fans. We were
And they're-
booing Mike Vrabel and the Titans offense multiple times this week or against the Jaguars. But yeah, I'm assuming that's what's going into it.
Yeah.
Is that and then the
Yeah, might as well.
World Cup in the LA Stadium and
Oh.
think how many people
Wait,
didn't
do we
have to
wanna-
die for all these World Cup stadiums that were built. Well, not yet anyway. We'll see how it goes in Nashville.
Do we want to make a trip to Nashville, boys?
I'm down.
Well,
I mean, it'd be easier to go
isn't
to
there
Kansas
going
I
to
mean,
be?
my future is very uncertain.
I thought
right
they
now,
were going to
but-
have. I thought they were going to have early games in Kansas City.
They are,
Yeah.
but Nashville.
Yeah, why do we want to go to Kansas City?
Why would you want to go to that
Yeah,
trash
that's true.
Arrowhead Stadium?
That's where they're gonna play in Arrowhead
that
Stadium.
piece of garbage.
Oh, they. Oh,
Please build
yeah,
something new
I guess
on the Kansas side of the.
Yeah, I
friggin'
suppose
river.
KC Sporting.
Yeah, the Sporting KC Stadium's too small for the World Cup, so
I
they'll be doing it.
suppose.
But
It's a great stadium. I love that stadium, but it couldn't handle a World
Children's
Cup.
Mercy Park. Is that
Yeah.
what it's called?
we should just make the rounds, just travel all around the country. We'll
Well-
rent an RV, go up to Seattle.
We're gonna have to like do illegal stuff to make it to each one though, because we'll all run out of.
Are
money
you
by then.
above?
Well, no,
Are
no,
you
guys.
above being a lot lizard?
Guys,
God, no.
that's for this.
That's how I get AIDS. we
this
figured it out.
podcast is gonna blow up in the next
There it
4
is.
years,
Okay.
and it'll pay
go.
our way to all the World Cup stuff.
We'll do the
Patreon, please.
Patreon, share the podcast with your friends. Oh, we need to bring Grady on. We got a little boost in numbers last
Did
week,
we?
so get Grady on a few more episodes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get another microphone just so that we can have the four of us.
Well, we need a new computer to handle.
We
it.
have another
We
mic.
have another microphone. We
We
need
have
a
another
computer
microphone.
that can handle it.
Get on it.
Okay, patreon.com/garage talk.
Get on it, patrons.
Also, why was he going without the pop filter last week? That's what I want to know.
Well,
'Cause you
'cause I
had
knew you were about
COVID.
to have COVID, so I wanted to
Oh,
protect him.
okay.
It was for safety.
And he also really fucked up my ass groove. I'm really
Damn it, Grady.
I gotta recarve it.
Sorry, I'll make sure. I took the pop filter off.
Those
I'll make sure
cheeks-
next time I'll bring in a separate chair.
It
Yeah.
won't take much. Those
Yeah.
cheeks will carve friggin' stone.
God, I know. It's like, yeah.
Tim's got a nice ass.
I can't.
Well,
is
thank
that true?
you,
I never know
Vince.
because he only wears
can't
like
tell.
jeans.
I
Do you have
don't,
a
I
nice
don't think
ass,
it.
Tim?
I don't
They're
think so.
baggy.
I mean, it's it. I mean,
You
I,
need-
I don't
you
think
need
I
better
don't
fitting
I don't think I
jeans,
got
Tim.
a
Sorry.
I didn't get an ass
gonna
until
say
I
it.
got up to 200 pounds though.
I'm gonna
so.
say it. You need better fitting jeans, Tim. Okay.
He's an old school. He's from.
I
Nova
like my
Scotia, dude. Yeah,
Levi's.
he wears his loose boot
They
cut
make
Levi's.
Nope. Got it. Me and you are gonna go shopping.
What do you want to get?
Have
Want to
a-
get me in some fucking Wranglers? I hate Wranglers. They fit.
Hell no,
They
I'm
fit
not gonna
terrible.
wear
Was it a little bit
Wranglers.
Brett Favre to
But
you?
these are Levi's, dude. I wear Levi's.
He's
Yeah.
not wearing the right kind. You're,
I like
you're wearing
fi-
the Target.
I like my
Levi's.
no. They're the good ones. They're 501s. They're hard to find.
501s, yeah.
Tim,
I
what's
love
the most amount of
501s.
money you've ever spent on a pair of jeans?
Actually, these were like almost 80.
Wow.
Yeah, I know you haven't spent that much money on
I think
jeans.
$25
These are
tops.
these are the
Walmart.
I
Duluth
refuse.
ballroom jeans.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault, Vince. Like, I was never like I don't really buy clothes for myself, and if I do, they're cheap. My parents didn't buy me clothes as a kid. Like, I would occasionally get to go get
So
new
what'd you
clothes for
wear?
school.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but I get the 70% off rack at Kohl's only.
Hmm.
My dad took me to Goodwill once.
Oh, your poor brother though. He must have only gotten hand-me-downs, huh?
No, because our age gap was too much. Nobody expected him to be alive by the time I got rid of all my clothes. So
Yeah.
They had thrown out all your clothes already.
Dude,
Or
yeah, I
you
was
took
like-
you took them all with you, actually.
Wait, actually, let's see. I did have a pair of Jinkos back in the day that probably were.
Jenkos, huh?
They weren't. I don't think they were like this because you can get like
Actual-
really. No, they were real Jinkos. They just
Oh.
weren't. I know they had like $100 ones, but I mean I was smaller back then, so they weren't quite that much. But
don't
I
body
wore
shame
them.
yourself, Tim.
yeah,
You look great.
yeah,
Anyway,
Thank
how's
you.
your butt?
it's okay.
From a
I
1 to
will say
10.
it's okay.
1 to 10.
I would give it a 6. I'm not.
It's nicer than my
yeah,
butt, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
You know
don't
what,
know.
I got them
hard to-
flapjacks.
I didn't have an like I said, I didn't have an ass until I gained like 60 pounds.
Well, that's the thing is like I've put on weight too, but I also like have done manual labor my entire life and a lot of lifting with my legs. Like I've always been very good. Tyler knows I was Jiffy Lube. I was always lifting with my legs, never with the back.
Why would
That's why
I
my
know
back is so weak. 'Cause you watched me lift. You
was.
knew it.
I was eyeing you from afar.
You saw me lift those
I
oil,
saw that fall.
oil jugs every time. I was just whoop over the shoulder, and it's never went. None of it went into my butt. It's all gone into like my thighs and my calves.
Yeah, see, I would say mine's nice, but it's small
And hairy.
and hairy. it has good shape. It's just not. It depends on what you're searching for. In a butt.
It's like 2 eggs and a hanky. I'm stuck on Austin Powers today. with
My God, you're a tripod. I stayed up real late last night.
Doing what?
Oh yeah.
I watched
Nice.
the Bud Crawford fight.
Oh, okay.
Bud Crawford.
Would you
Terrence,
pay for that?
He pays for
Of course.
anything.
I illegally streamed it. Terrence Bud Crawford is a famous light welterweight boxer from Omaha, Nebraska,
Damn.
hometown guy, undefeated. He's now like 38-0.
Yeah.
He's wanting. I'm not gonna remember his name. There's this guy who's a champion right now that he wants to fight, but Bud represents himself, so he doesn't have like an agent or whatever, so he has to set up his own stuff. So he couldn't get scheduled with this top guy, so he's doing this next best guy last night that he fought against, and he knocked the dude out. It was round 6. It just
Jeez.
and dude's 35. He's 35 years old. Bud is 35 years old, and he went out there and
Yeah.
he worked it. And the other guy came out swinging. It was actually a really good match. But Bud is just so methodical, and he just wears him down. And he when he knocked him out, I was like, wait, what happened? Like there wasn't even much there, but he'd been working him all game, and he got a nice little uppercut on him, and just a quick pop to the cheek, and the dude just dropped. It was so awesome. I don't like boxing, but just watching the hometown guy is so much fun.
Yeah.
And because he's so good.
I
I was
think
worried because he was like he's 35. This other guy came out swinging. He's doing pretty good, and then Bud just wore him out as a chess match all the way.
This
round
was
6.
this was up in Omaha too,
It was
wasn't
up
it?
in Omaha, yeah. At the CHI
I
Hilton.
saw something about the fight. I didn't realize it was going to be last night,
Mhm.
but he said this might be one of his last ones that is in Omaha.
Yeah,
So
because he's trying to get to that next guy.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I think it's fascinating though that like combat sport athletes, like they participate for so long, especially compared to a lot of other sports, and like
it doesn't make sense.
you would think, right? But then you start thinking about it more. I mean, you're only
Well, they
maybe
have
having-
a lot of time, I guess.
They have you have a lot of time between fights. Like very few guys are probably going to be having more than 3 fights a year, and that's a lot of fights in a year. 3. There's guys that have done more than that, but they're insane people. But like because I was thinking like Anderson Silva. I mean, he's had most of his fights now are more.
Wait, he's still doing it?
He fought one of the Paul brothers, I think.
I don't know much about it, but he's just a name that I feel like's been around forever.
Anderson Silva,
he's 40 something.
Oh.
Yeah, he's almost 50. And I mean, great. Like I said, most of his fights now are more like
For
no-
show.
yeah,
Well, it's
novelty
like
fights.
Crawford's payday was $10 million last night.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like, and get your money. I'm all about it, but it just sucks because that they're just doing it for the money.
Well, no, this one last night wasn't.
Yeah,
I know.
right.
I know what you're saying in generalizations.
But then I was like thinking like Donald Cerrone, Cowboy Cerrone. He was 39 when he retired, but he was still just and he was one of those guys though that was fighting like 3 or 4 times a year.
yeah, man, if you can make that much money getting punched in the face, why not?
Yeah. So
I have a fun story. When I was bartending at Buffalo Wild Wings, my assistant manager Bill, shout out Bill.
shout out Bill.
First time he was the first time I ever heard of Bud Crawford because I'm not in the boxing circle. I don't really watch it. But yeah, he was his manager. Which looking back,
Whoa.
he was probably lying
Yeah. I'm like, wait, what?
because this was what 5 years ago. Like, Bill, if you're his manager, you're probably not assistant managing at a B Dubs. No disrespect to anybody assistant managing at a B Dubs.
It's rough times for boxing guys, you know.
Maybe I don't know, but maybe he did before Bud got. I didn't press it because I didn't know who Crawford was at the time, so I was just like, oh yeah, cool man. But I mean, he told me stories like he was there, so maybe he was.
There's some really good liars though out there.
But yeah, then there's
Yeah,
that. Yeah, because
yeah.
definitely looking back at it now, I'm like, yeah, you weren't. You're not his manager.
Yeah, there was a
I did look for him on TV last night. though. Didn't see him.
speaking of really good.
I wonder
good-
if his phone number. I should have texted him. Hey, you probably don't remember me, but you told me you're his
Okay.
manager, and I don't see you anywhere.
This is really off topic, but it kind of in the same realm of weird things to lie about and good liars, I guess. When my brother came to
I
town,
appreciate that he lied to me. It turned me on to who.
Yeah,
Terrence
yeah,
Crawford
that's great.
was.
and I don't know, I guess because of this guy, I know of an Irish band named the Pogues, but
All right, so go on your story. Sorry.
it's it was just really weird. Like I was still in high school, my brother was going to college here, and I just came to visit for a weekend, and he had this friend, and his name was he claimed his name was Sean O'Corin, and he pretended to be. He was this guy who claimed to be an Irishman, did a pretty good Irish accent. Turned out wasn't Irish. His real name was I can't even remember
Bill.
it now. Yeah, something like that. You know,
Everybody in our situation.
never.
is gonna
Yeah,
be- every
I
liar's
think he
named
was
Bill now
born
from now on.
born in Missouri. Like claimed that he was going to die like soon of like some sort of brain
Brain AIDS.
Yeah, 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 sure. But complete like I remember
pathological liar.
I came back for a weekend and hung out with this guy, and like my brother had become friends with him, and like it just happened to turn out like this guy was totally full of shit and he wasn't Irish, didn't have brain cancer, and then he just like disappeared. Like he just had like this fake ID with everything. Like he was like a con artist, but he didn't get anything out of it. It was really weird.
So
like
it's funny that you say that, Tim. A bit closer to home for me, one of my best friends, his dad is like that. His biological father is like that, where he pretends to be Australian.
Okay.
and he's not Australian. He's from
He just likes speaking with the accent.
but that's the thing. He'll like his new wife or girlfriend. I don't know what the fuck. He doesn't talk to his dad obviously, but
Yeah.
because he's obviously a very weird person. But yeah,
Yeah.
he just would go around acting like an Australian man, even in front of his son, who knows he's not Australian.
Dad, I know you're not Australian.
I can't.
Tell me who I am. I know where I'm from.
So yeah, it's just like, yeah, weird. I don't know why we got onto that. That's a
well,
very weird top.
that's just it
This
just
guy,
what
Bill.
kind of reminded me of like 'cause
Bill put us on a rabbit hole that we could not climb out of.
yeah, no, lying about weird things that really don't gain you
Well,
anything.
since we're here, I'll
like,
keep digging.
All right.
Down the hole. I know. So here's a story about a liar who had a purpose for it. So we had I won't say her name. We had a friend. She was telling us how she hooked up with a pro soccer player from the Chicago Fire.
Nice.
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Kind of
That's
hot.
kinda-
Like, who was it? What's his name? Like,
Who was it? I want to look him up.
was it Bastian Schweinsteiger? But she's like, oh, I can't remember his name and stuff. She's like, I do have a picture of him. I'm like, oh yeah, well, let me see it because I follow soccer and I'm not big on MLS, but I can
Yeah.
at least identify. And because she was vacationing in Mexico or something like that, and she showed me the picture, and I was like, that's a dude wearing a Chicago Fire jersey. And she's like, no, I met his agent and everything, and I was like, that was the best wingman in
Dude,
history
yeah.
ever.
That's so awesome.
Oh.
There is no way that she slept with a professional soccer
Some
player.
like a little bit overweight guy. It's like,
But yeah, I
damn,
I was
I'm
like,
gonna have to start wearing my
just
Josie
wearing
out the
it-
door
That
jersey.
That's
I'm
what
Josie out the door.
I play for the United
That-
States national team.
That's what I was about to say. Who do we pretend that Vince is to go downtown with?
Yeah.
Walker Zimmerman, you have the hair. You're not blonde, but
It's true.
You could be Tim Ream.
I could.
You're closer to Walker in age.
It's true.
We could try
But
it.
Tim Ream looks good for his age.
He does look good. for
Looks
his
good.
age.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Ream just looks good in general.
Yeah.
Zimmerman's the one with the fucking bun, isn't he?
Well, so is
Most
Tim
usually.
Ream, but yeah.
Oh, okay, they both have the buns.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, wear your Nashville jersey.
There you go.
All right, that's our next.
Oh, no,
that'll be
it
our
was-
next YouTube video.
Yeah, it's just Vince trying to pick people.
Where?
Also,
wearing-
be pretty hard to
Hold on, now,
hard
now
to
I'm thinking
hard to
about it.
flex with soccer players in Lincoln. I
I'm
feel
thinking
like.
about it even harder now that this guy was just wearing a Chicago Fire jersey. He's like, oh yeah, that's what soccer players do. They just wear their jersey out on vacation. Just
No,
around.
yeah.
That's so funny.
I don't know if we'll be able to find that good of a mark for you.
Soccer's not very popular. Who knows?
It's not- yeah, they don't know anything about it.
Mm.
But we are in Lincoln, home of the American Outlaws, so maybe the soccer fandom is a bit too strong here.
We'll go to Kansas City or something.
Yeah.
Or we
Maybe.
just need to do it during like the UNL school year. So that way like there's a lot of dumb college girls that don't watch soccer.
Vince, you're 30 now. It's not cool
Easy,
anymore.
man. This is getting weird.
I keep getting older and they just keep staying the same age.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have kept digging.
Why? We have a great idea for a YouTube video now.
That's true. It's just for content.
Just for
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
What happens after that? It's between two consenting adults. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, man.
Thanks.
Let's make it happen.
Hopefully we'll be better wingmen than last time.
Yeah,
You
no,
weren't.
we're awful.
You weren't.
Yeah, but,
I mean, it's glad.
but it's a good thing that it didn't happen that
'Cause I
way.
would've
Yeah, that would have
probably
been
puked
that,
on her.
Yeah, would have been a bad night.
Maybe that would have sobered me up though. I blame you guys. Back to blaming you.
It's our
Okay,
fault.
that's
That's
fine.
fair. Did you guys watch the Video Game Awards this week?
I
didn't
heard
wa-
about it.
I didn't watch it. No.
Really?
Yeah,
So you were a video game fan.
I love video games, but I wasn't a lot of games I was very excited for. I felt that I've been feeling that way a lot lately.
I will say somebody finally convinced me to play Elden Ring.
You
It won
played
ga-
it?
No, they're convincing me. I'm going to go
Oh.
buy it because it won the Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Nobody sold me on it
I will.
until then.
I will say it is kind of funny though. How many awards that God of War Ragnarok walked away with,
Here's what happened. Elden Ring won Game of the Year award.
and best
And-
art design. I
Yep,
think?
art design.
Yeah.
And then God of War Ragnarok won every other award.
Literally everything
Like,
else, which
best-
just makes
best-
me laugh.
Best indie game, God of War Ragnarok. Best family game, God of War Ragnarok. Everything was God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I really struggled through that one. Move on. Continue.
But it just makes me laugh though that they were like, yeah, best audio, God of War Ragnarok, best action adventure game, God of War Ragnarok, best voice acting, God of War Ragnarok. Like the entire God of War Ragnarok team won awards, and then they're like, best, and then finally, game of the year, Elden Ring. Which
But I kind of agree. I kind of agree with it. Having not played either of them.
Please give us your opinion then.
So,
Having no idea.
yeah, Elden Ring.
What you're talking about.
Elden Ring. Well, I watched people stream Elden Ring.
Okay.
Elden Ring was just one of those immersive. It was amazing technical video game that was incredible. But when it comes to story, voice acting, and stuff like that, that's God of War's Ragnarok's like bread and butter.
Yeah.
But his overall game, Elden Ring.
And see, that's why I disagree.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think this. I guess I don't know how. Obviously, so the Game Awards is a fan voted award.
I think they have critic votes too, though.
But it might.
Fans
but
vote for it. They
yeah.
take all
And
of
I
it
think-
into
I think-
consideration.
because God of War is more universally accessible, but From Software fans are devout. They are devout fans that love their games, and I think they just put in the work to make sure that Elden Ring got. Well, I'm not saying Elden Ring doesn't deserve it. It is.
What's your game of
but
the year?
It'd be God of War Ragnarok, just because.
you thought that was a better game than Elden Ring.
And this is why. I mean, we saw how the voice acting was, or at least I saw how the voice acting was. So the voice acting, again, the visuals, the audio, the gameplay is solid. All of it just comes together to make a piece of art, right? Like this is a video game that can be consumed and appreciated by anybody. Because I mean, they also got a award for accessibility because they wanted to make sure that people who can't play games because of certain, or they can't play a lot of games because of certain like disabilities or anything like that, that they had accessibility in the game so that it would make it more accessible for everybody to be able to play. And I think that should say a lot more than, because Elden Ring is not an approachable game. It is a beast.
It's one of the reasons I actually haven't bought it yet is
Yeah.
because like
Well, I've
hardcore
told you.
hardcore gamers are like I need a challenge in a game and stuff like that. Like I don't play games to be like challenged. Like I
Yeah.
just want to go slay.
You just want a
and
story.
that's
And
the
want a
get
thing.
lost in the
story.
world.
Right, yeah. And Elden Ring, it is a great game. You can get lost in the world, but the story is not, you have to dig for that story, which is fun. That I will say, it is fun to dig for the story.
But
It
yeah,
is
it's not as accessible as
Right,
something like
and
God
that-
of
I
War.
think-
because you can't just because on God of War there's a give me a story mode.
Right,
where,
yeah.
where you can just blast through everything and then get through the story. Elden Ring doesn't have that.
no.
You just have to get good.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that should say
Yeah.
more about the game because, like I said, I'm not saying that Elden Ring doesn't even deserve Game of the Year. I was certain they were going to win Game of the Year, and then God of War Ragnarok was like, well, it's going to be like 2018 all over again. That's when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out.
Yeah.
An arguably like almost perfect game. I will say that game is almost perfect, but it was God of War, and they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing happened this year. I was like, oh, Elden Ring's gonna win Game of the Year, and then God of War Ragnarok came out. I was like, oh well, sorry, Elden Ring. And then they won. And I was like, oh, okay, well deserved. But it just seems, I just think Ragnarok is much more approachable and accessible to everybody to enjoy, whereas Elden Ring
It's
is
kind of a
very
niche.
niche. Yeah, it is very niche,
Very
and like
niche.
I'm not I'm not good at Elden Ring at all, and I've struggled through some hard times in that game, and I mean obviously I haven't picked it up in a long time because I'm kind of stuck, and I also have kind of fallen into this loop where I just like creating new characters and trying out new things, which says a lot about replayability, right? So,
Yeah.
but like I said, I just think Ragnarok probably deserved it more from that perspective.
My game of the year was Mass Effect Legendary Edition. that came
came out
2021. From Software though, did you see the trailer for their
Iron
mech
Core
game?
6?
Yep.
or
No,
something?
4. I thought it was 4.
I don't remember.
Maybe it's
but
6.
yeah,
that was a sweet trailer.
yeah. They like I said. I mean, they know how to draw you in.
Oh yeah.
They definitely know how to draw you in. So yeah, I really was very excited for like a Bloodborne sequel, but they'll take this. I know they'll take this. From Software fans will take anything that they'll get.
And did you see they're releasing? Kevin Conroy did one extra thing before he died. The Suicide Squad game, Kill the Justice League.
Yeah.
He voiced Batman in that, and before he passed, so they showed a little clip of that.
Really?
So, and kind of
that's
paid a little
awesome.
tribute. So that was really cool.
I did see like a short little comic strip too.
I did see that. Yeah.
With James Gordon up on the roof,
Yeah.
and he like talks to Batman, and Batman
Batman's
just
like, I
gives
lost
him a
my
letter.
Says I lost my voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cried.
Gosh, I'm gonna cry now.
But yeah, as far as trailers go, though, there wasn't a whole lot released that I got excited for.
I know you don't.
Think.
I know you're not a big fan of the Jedi Outcast.
It did look cool. I'll give it that. Yeah.
It looks awesome.
I just don't like the gameplay of that
Yeah.
game. So,
Which is why I'm concerned for you trying Elden Ring because it's literally harder than that.
well, no, and it's not that I thought that it was hard in Jedi
Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order. I have certain expectations when I play a video game where I'm a Jedi wielding a lightsaber, and me not just being able to slay everybody in my path is a big issue for me.
Well, he was literally an untrained Padawan.
Yeah, but imagine if like you played the Arkham Asylum or Arkham City. And
Look
Batman,
look at the
like,
main character of the Star Wars franchise,
but that's
Luke
my-
Skywalker.
but I know that's my issue though. Is like,
You don't want to be Luke Skywalker?
well, I want to be Luke Skywalker. I want to play somebody where I can have a lightsaber and kill everybody.
Luke Skywalker almost never did that.
No, but I want to be that when I play a video game of Star Wars. That's what I'm saying.
You want to be Darth Vader.
Yeah,
That's what you want.
I want to be.
Yeah.
That's my issue with that. But
We get it. You're wrong. Your opinion's bad.
I don't have anything because I didn't watch.
More
it.
more
So,
gaming news.
yeah,
This is pretty
gaming
old news.
thing.
Henry Cavill is no longer going to be Geralt for The Witcher.
No, yeah, heard about that.
I did not hear that. That's breaking news
old
to me. What
news.
happened?
Yeah, that's pretty old.
Is the show canceled?
No, they
They're
picked
gonna
up.
replace him?
Yeah, they
You
replaced him
can't.
What,
with,
they're with a Hemsworth.
Yeah, the Hemsworth, the younger brother.
Liam.
Yeah, I
Hemsworth?
think that's his name.
Liam.
Oh, disgusting.
It's unfortunate.
Liam's the fat, ugly one.
Well,
And it was sad. It sounded
Wait,
like
why? What happened?
from what I heard, there hasn't been a lot because Henry Cavill's pretty like keeps to himself. He only shares his like passions with interviewers and stuff.
Mhm.
But apparently he did have some disagreements with the direction of like with the directors and the producers and stuff, which I'm like, guys, he probably knows way more about these books and these video games than you do.
Did he leave or did he get fired?
Well, I thought
Or
he's
is like a
doing
mu-
something
doing-
else.
I think it was
They mutually
mutual.
part ways.
I think it was mutual.
But
Like I said,
but I think, but he's going on to something else, though, isn't he?
well, he's always doing something.
Well,
but,
I
but,
mean-
He's a
but
working
The Witcher,
man.
The Witcher was like
Yeah.
a passion. That was like a passion project for him.
Right.
Like he didn't do it because he was going to make him tons of money, which it probably did.
Is
but-
he gonna go back to being Superman? Or
That's
something?
up in the air too, right?
Yeah.
Now.
Do you-
Is that what
DC's
it's doing?
Well, here's actually what
DC's
happened.
fucked.
James Gunn and I can't remember this another writer.
Yeah.
But they actually either pitched this week or next week to like Warner Brothers executives like their plan on how to like take DC going
Because
forward.
James Gunn is directing their next movie.
Mhm.
Which one's
The
that?
Blue Beetle one.
Blue Beetle. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So, but he's I guess he's pitching to kind of be a Kevin Feige, but also director and writer. He's pretty much putting a plan in place for DC going forward. They're pitching it, so I don't know how that'll go.
Remember when he was canceled for a minute? That was
Yeah,
during
that was
this
very-
podcast.
Well, he was canceled until the entire Guardians of the Galaxy was like,
no,
we're not going to come back if he's not there.
Yeah,
Right.
And so Disney's like, okay, he's not canceled anymore. He didn't mean it.
He didn't. It was like
We'll lose as much money. If we
it
keep
was a
him
bad.
canceled,
It
so
was
we're
a
bringing
weird
him back.
bad joke. Shut the fuck up, everybody.
A bad joke back in like 2011.
Yeah.
It was before.
To that-
It was
yeah,
like,
like,
it was like
ew,
2007, 2008.
Yeah,
like
something
when
stupid.
when Twitter came out,
It was
like
a
or
dead
not even.
baby joke. It was just something so stupid. But that's too bad. I love Henry Cavill. Have you guys seen
Yeah.
Enola Holmes?
I did actually. I watched.
I want a Sherlock Holmes movie with Henry Cavill as Sherlock, like as the main character.
Oh.
Honestly, it was hard for me to believe that. It was hard to like suspend my disbelief, right, with Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes, because I've never pictured Sherlock Holmes as this like super attractive, muscular,
Oh, he's great.
badass. It was always like he was kind of a nerdy detective, right?
But
But-
he does play as he's just a
Yeah.
nerdy, attractive,
Very attractive,
charming.
charming.
Have you seen Enola Holmes
gorgeous? I haven't watched the second one, but I did
Okay,
watch the first one.
Watch the second because he's even more prominent in the
They were,
second one.
but it was a fun movie. I actually
it is
really
very,
enjoyed
it's a
it.
fun, charming. Yeah, the
Yeah.
second one's really good
checked it
too.
out yet.
Yeah, check it out.
The second one's really good. Watch the second one, and also the whole second movie of Enola Holmes 2. I'm like, give me a Henry Cavill right now. Like
We're bringing
Sherlock
Flicks
Holmes.
Picks back, baby. I watched. Have you seen Emily the Criminal? It plays. What's her name? She played April Ludgate on Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah. Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey
There it is.
Aubrey Plaza. Yes. Okay. Has a movie with her on Netflix. I'm still trying to process what I think about it, but she did a phenomenal job. She's a great actress. But that was another one that like I don't know what you would think about it because I'm still trying to develop what my thoughts are on it. But another one, check out Emily the Criminal.
I'll add it to the catalog.
Plus, you get to see a lot of Aubrey Plaza side boob, and I'm about it.
Why didn't you lead off with that?
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
We don't need to talk about the quality of variety or what kind of show it is. Just, yeah, give me more Henry Cavill. Hopefully, find something because it may not be Superman
or Geralt.
Not Geralt anymore. But
Hopefully, I'm really
Henry
hoping
Cavill is a national treasure of America,
of America,
not any other countries.
nowhere else.
He's ours.
He's American.
So we need more of him.
Yeah.
I need more of him. I want him. I want him to be my friend.
I know.
That's how charming Henry Cavill is.
I
as
know
a
he could get you
performer.
to play Warhammer.
Oh, I would play anything. If he hung out, I'd play anything for that man. That's probably good.
I'd play the girl.
I'll role play with Henry Cavill. I'll call him. He can be my Geralt.
Yeah.
I'll be that weird crippled girl who gets hot
Give a call to your
Can't
witcher.
remember her in The Witcher. Okay, that's
Yennefer.
probably a good place.
Yeah.
Call it.
Calling it?
Unless do you have more breaking news stories that are gonna blow me away?
No, I thought you knew about that.
I
so.
know that
yeah.
blindsided me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's.
I'm not even a huge Witcher fan. I just want to consume more Henry Cavill
I
content.
know, right?
And the fact that they would be like, oh, we have somebody else.
Yeah.
No.
Like I said, it's just worse. The part that makes it bad though is that Henry Cavill like is passionate about
Yeah.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's
anyways.
not just another job for him.
Yeah. So, but anyways.
We love when these celebrities are nerds like us.
Yeah.
Hey, they're people too.
Woo!
Will you be my friend? We like the same thing. Anything else, Tim?
Nah, I got nothing.
You seem like you've come down a little bit since talking about
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
Why?
It's like a shot of injection for him. Just the name Baker. Tim's, ah!
No.
Oh, okay.
Not really. But
Well, life's bleak.
I
Everything
had-
sucks.
I had a
Yep.
stupid joke that I thought of when seeing this, but yeah.
And nobody. You just lost every listener and viewer.